Hey, you want the truth? Here's the truth. 2 points, okay, about Sony. Let's be really fair to Sony, okay? Actually, I want Sony to succeed. Why do I want Sony to succeed? When Sony rolls out a FUBAR camera, then the people and assholes at Nikon and Canon sit on their butts, drink beer, and throw darts, and laugh a little bit. When Sony succeeds, then the people at Nikon and Canon, they sweat their ass off. And when they do that, then they bring you better products at better prices. You see, the one thing that you'll learn is that, like the government, you know, when there's no competition, things are crap. Kind of like the DMV. You know, when you go to the DMV or the post office, your service and your product is crap. It's the same thing. When Nikon and Canon think they don't have any competition, they sit there and they scratch themselves and drink beer. It's irrefutable and it's undeniable. So I actually am rooting for Sony, believe it or not. The other thing, and this is true also, is that there's a reason that Canons and Nikons don't overheat. Now, obviously, Sony has a serious issue with RTM. That's a rush to market. Sony does rush to market. But what they have a serious issue with, and you are actually to blame for this, is that demanding these smaller cameras of Sony, they're sticking 10 pounds of electronics in a 5-pound bag. And when they do that, there's overheating issues. There are simple facts of physics and electronics, dielectricity, electricity and magnetism, and heat dissipation, that when you cram 10 pounds of poo in a 5-pound bag, you're going to have an issue. It's going to be busting through the seams. In this case, we're talking about 10 pounds of electronics in a 5-pound box. Not literally, but figuratively. So, and that is an issue. Those big-ass, ugly, freaking Nikon and Canon cameras don't overheat for a reason. Okay? So, there is 3 minutes of hardcore truth. When Sony succeeds, then you win. Because if Nikon and Canon and other people think they have no competition, then they sit on their ass, or they drink beer, or they throw darts, and they pat each other on the back. You know? That's irrefutable. That's the simplex, universal law of action and reaction. If there is actually no force or impulse out there for Nikon or Canon, and they see a FUBAR from Sony, then they sit on their asses. And when they sit on their asses, then you lose. Everybody loses. There was 3 minutes of the truth. This video is irrefutable. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it, girlfriend.